Right. Now, what we are going to do before we proceed further, okay? We're going to talk about under black box testing. That's the very first testing technique we are learning, right? What is that? Black box. Under that, we ideally discussed functional testing. What is functional testing? Here we check the functionality of each and every field or component. Which means if your testing is restricted at the field level, that is how the username field is working, password field is working, amount field is working, date field is working, testing restricted to the field level is ideally called as what? Functional testing. Right? If I now give you a web page, you need to just bother about testing how each and every field is working. Is the link working, button working, field working? That's called as function. Then what do you mean by integration testing? Let's see that in a detailed manner. What do you mean by integration testing? See, we have just started with black box testing technique. As a tester, how do we perform this? That is what you need to have it in your mind. Okay. So what is integration testing? Please write down the definition which you will not understand. Then I'll explain that in a detailed manner. Is that clear now? Write down. Everybody make a note of it. Testing, integration testing, write down. Testing the data flow, testing the data flow between two features or modules. Testing the data flow between two features or modules is called as integration testing. Testing the data flow between two features or modules is called as integration testing. What do you mean by this now? Let's take a quick example. I'm going to give you one application and you're supposed to do integration testing on it. What is the application? Let's assume I've got a banking app here in which the very first feature is balance feature. Then I've got transfer feature. And then after that I've got here statements. And let's write here bill payment. This is how the application looks like. Now you see here transfer. Now I'm going to write here, let's say, to account number, amount, and bank name. Who developed this? Developer. Now what I need to do here? What kind of testing? I need to do integration testing. So developer has developed it. Now we need to check its quality. So we are going to transfer and cancel feature. Transfer and what? Cancel feature. Is it clear now? Now please look at that. When you log in as user A, this is what you see. Now when you log in as user B, this is user B's account. Balance. Then we have got transfer. Then statements and bill payment. And what? Bill payment. This is user B. Now if you look at online, all horrible definitions you will find. What is integration testing? We integrate the application and then we test how well they are integrated. How you test? We test. I don't want double definitions like this. What is integration testing? Let's see. I'm going to give you an example now. let's log in as user A. So you testers are supposed to perform integration testing on it. How will you do it? Log in as user A, click on transfer, enter the two account number of user B, enter the amount 5,000 and enter the bank name HDFC. I'll click on transfer. The moment I click on transfer, I will get the message amount transferred successfully. Log out as user A. When you log in as user B, right, in the balance feature, I should get old balance plus 5,000, which means I am checking the data flow between two features is happening or not. If the data flow is happening, they are well integrated. That is why I gave the definition, testing the data flow between two features is happening or not. That is what is called as integration testing. So please do not give me answers. We integrate and test. There are two features. Data flow is happening from feature A to feature B, which means they are well integrated. Did you get this now? Let's take one more example. Login as user A, click on transfer, enter the account number, amount, bank name, transfer. Now after you transfer, when I go to the balance link of same user, it should be old balance minus 5,000. Which means I'm checking the data flow is happening between two features or not. If that data flow is happening between two features, it means they are well integrated. Did you get the meaning of integration? Do you want to study like this, that we integrate and test, or do you want to study like this? You want to study what's practically happening, right? Right? Read out the definition loudly. What is that? Testing the data flow between two features or modules. What is modules? Either I can call it as transfer feature or transfer module. It's one and the same. Either call it as a transfer feature or call it as what? Transfer module. Okay? Clear with this? Let's take one more scenario. Log in as user A. Click on transfer. Enter to account number, amount, bank name. Right? Log out as user A. When you log in as user B and I go to statements, I should get the details. Who transferred the money? When was the money transferred? Date and time. Which means data flow is happening between transfer feature of user A and statements of user B. If that data flow is not happening, integration defect. If the data flow is happening, which means they are well integrated. You see this here now? So easy. We make it so complicated. Yes, and you know, theory is more complicated than programs to understand. Trust me. This is my experience, training for several years. I always see students struggle with theory. Programs they find very easy. But initial thinking will be program is difficult, theory is easy. We'll simplify both. Let's look at this here now. Log in as user A. One more scenario. Okay, transfer the money and check in the statements of same user. Right? Transfer the money and check in the statements of same user. I should get the details to whom I transferred the money, the date and time and the amount transferred. Is the data flow happening? If that data flow is happening between two features successfully, and that's called as what? Integration testing. And that's called as what? Ideally, integration testing. Right? One more scenario. Let's see that. Anyways, that girl, I know she has got placed. Okay, so she has come here. I'm going to talk about that. Not now. Let's first listen what we are talking. She has got placed. You have to also get placed. Yes or no? So I'll invite her. Wait a minute. Now look at that. The next thing. You click on ideally what? Bill payment. Now when you click on ideally what? Bill payment, I will pay the bill. Once the bill has been ideally paid. Right. Just 1 second. My class is also getting recorded. That's the reason. I'll just put it on pause and I'll call her here. Be here, be here, be here. Right. Look at here now. You click on what? Bill payment. You make the bill payment. Once the bill payment has been done, when I go to now balance feature, please see this here now. It should be old balance minus bill paid. Also, right, it should be what? Bill paid, data reflected in statements. Testing the data flow between two features is happening successfully or not is all called as integration testing. Make sense? Yes, no? Read the definition once again loudly. Testing the data flow between two features or modules, right, in an application is called as integration testing. Is that clear, guys? Everybody now? Yes, I'm sure. Your classes. Okay, so whether we guys are clear now, what is integration testing? Please make a note of this quickly and let's proceed further. Please write the diagram quickly. And let's take one more example. Alright, done? See, coloring, you can avoid it. Right then. Let's take one more example quickly now. Let's assume that you need to check the data flow between ideally two features. That is what is integration testing. I did not tell more than two features. I said only two features. Keep that in mind. Now let's assume that I've got a Gmail application out here. You notice here we have got here, let's say, compose feature. Then we see inbox, sent items, draft, and trash. Okay, I don't have much space to write down. Let's limit ourselves till here. Now you need to do integration testing on this app. Let the application be anything. Approach is the same. Yes or no? Let the application be anything. But end of the day, approach is check the data flow between two features is happening properly or not. That is what you need to check. This is user A, right? Let's log in as user B. Again, we have got here compose. Then what? Inbox, sent items, then draft, and then trash. Is that clear? Okay. Now, when you ideally go to what? Inbox. Okay. When you ideally go to what? The inbox page, there are some emails out here with a delete and cancel button. And when you click on compose, I see two fields, BCC, CC, subject, email, body, send, then we see what else? Save, then what else? Okay, let's say cancel or back. Now, how do I do integration testing on this? What is the definition? testing the data flow between two features or modules in an application is called as integration testing, which means I'm going to log in as user A, and let's say I'll click on compose, and I want to send an email to Sweetie. Why you're feeling so happy? Sweetie@gmail.com. Whom do you want to send the email? Sweetie. Subject, hello. Hi, Sweetie. All boys are very happy. I don't know why. Right? Hi, Sweetie. What's up? Right. What's up? Okay. I am missing you a lot. Please, please, please meet me today at what time? After the class? Okay, in the evening, let it be 8 p.m. Yours, brother. Corrupted fellows. I don't know what you are thinking all this while. Brother is missing, sister writing email. I don't know what you are thinking. Monkey fellow, look at your monkey man, look at your. Yours, brother. They are twins. Sweeto. Click on send. When you click on send, the email sent will be present in the inbox of other user. Check the data flow is happening between compose feature of user A to inbox feature of user B. Scenario 1. Let's look at some more. Let's look at some more scenario. Log in as user A. Click on compose. Send an email and check that ideally in sent items. Check that in what? Sent items. Is the data flow happening between compose to sent items or not? Is that clear now? Second integration scenario. Now, one more scenario. Go to inbox, delete an email, deleted email should be present in trash. Deleted email should be present in what? Trash. Are we checking the data flow? Compose an email, click on save, and the email saved should be present from compose to what? Draft. Take any application. Concept is same. Test the data flow between two features. If the data flow is happening between two features or module, I can call it as compose module. Then that is called as what? Integration testing. That's what I'm telling you. Everything you're learning in class. There is nothing to go back home and learn. That's called as simplifying your lecture as a trainer. Or I will give you assignments, go home and do it. Yes or no? Okay. What you will do, write down. Quickly, next example. And then let us proceed further. Don't write that content also. Okay, people, I know you're copying, but don't make it exact copying. Okay, that's not part of your syllabus. So we have to be very clear. Otherwise, some students they'll explain like this only in interview. Right. So how to explain in interview? What is integration testing? Tell the definition. Take a sheet of paper, draw this diagram, and explain. This is how in integration testing I will check the data flow. This is how I'm going to check the data flow. Fine? Done? Okay. Now, let's look at types of integration testing. What is that we need to look at now? I'm seeing some people still writing. Done? Okay. Right on the next heading. Types of integration testing. So let's see this here now. What are the types we have got? So types of integration testing, there are two, broadly classified into two. One, it is ideally called as incremental integration testing. What's the first one? Incremental integration testing. Is that clear? The next one is called as non-incremental integration testing. Please write this along with me. Then I'll explain this in a detailed manner. Under incremental testing, we have got top down approach and we have got bottom up approach. We have got what? Top down approach and bottom up approach. And very famously asked, what is the other name for non-incremental integration testing? It's very famously asked, what is Big Bang method of testing? Please do write this down and let us continue with this explanation. Done? Okay, now what do you mean by incremental and non-incremental? Let's quickly try to understand this in a detailed manner. Let me start with incremental. Now what is incremental? Very, very simple. See, there are two types. One is top down, other one is, what is top down? See, in top down approach, you're incrementally going to add the module. You're incrementally going to add the module such that added module or feature, you can call it as module or feature, added module or feature should be child of previous module, which means this is parent, and check the data flow from parent to child. Incrementally add the module such that added module is the child of previous module and test the data flow from parent to child. Incrementally add the module such that added module is the child of previous module and test the data flow from parent to what? Child. For example, if you look at the same Gmail application, I will compose an email. Now when you compose that email and send that, you will check that in inbox, which is child feature. So from compose to inbox and inbox to sent items. Agreeable? Am I checking the data flow like this? I'm incrementally adding the module such that added module is the child of previous module and test the data flow from parent feature or parent module to child module. In simple terms, parent feature to child feature data flow is called as, what is that? Top down approach, right? For example, you go to inbox, delete an email that's present in trash. Data flow is happening from inbox to what? Did you get this now? Yes, sure, guaranteed. You compose an email. After composing that email, save that the data flow happens from compose to draft. Is the data flow happening from parent to child? Which means when you're doing incremental integration testing, firstly identify which is parent feature, which is child feature. Then when you do data flow from parent feature to child feature, that's called as top down approach. Is that clear, guys? Now let's make a note of it. Write this down quickly. Heading: incremental integration testing. Incremental integration testing. Write down. Here we incrementally add the module. Here we incrementally add the module. Incrementally add the module and then test the data flow between them. Here we incrementally add the module and then test the data flow between them and test the data flow between them. Under that, first one, top down approach. What's the first one? Top down approach. Write down top down approach. Here we incrementally add the module. Here we incrementally add the module such that added module is the child of previous module, such that added module is the child of previous module, and then we test the data flow from parent module to child module, and then we test the data flow from parent module to child module. We test the data flow from parent feature to child feature or parent module to child module. Example, please write this down. Example, make a note of this quickly. They might ask in the interview, give me a practical example on what? Top down approach integration testing. See now how nicely it is classified. If you are testing only fields, that is, if you're testing only a field, that is called as functional testing. You're testing the data flow between two pages. Got it now? Yes? Let's proceed further. Then what is bottom-up approach? Right? What do you mean by bottom-up approach? Top-down approach I got to know. What is bottom-up approach? Let's see that here. Now bottom-up approach is ulta. Parent feature to child feature is top-down. Child to parent is, which means I am going to incrementally add the module such that added module is the parent of previous module, which means this is child feature and this should be parent feature, and test the data flow from child to parent. Incrementally add the module such that added module is ideally parent of previous module. Test the data flow from child to parent. Incrementally add the module such that added module is parent of previous module. Test the data flow from what? Child to parent. For example, once you go to trash, restore the email, it goes to inbox. Please see that here now. Is it child to parent? Yes, no. Yes. Go to trash. Okay, and okay, just restore the email. It also goes back to sent items. Yes, makes sense. Look at here now. Ideally, what am I doing is from child feature to parent feature data flow when you're checking. That's called as bottom up approach. I hope like you're clear. Yes, very much clear with us now. So write this down then quickly. Bottom up approach. Testing the data flow, testing the data flow from child module, testing the data flow from child module to parent module, testing the data flow from child module to parent module is called as bottom up approach. Is called as what? Bottom up approach. Testing the data flow from what? Child module to parent module is called as bottom up approach. Please write this down quickly. Done? Now, the next thing, everybody can make a note of this. Sandwich approach. What is the next thing? Sandwich approach. What is sandwich approach? See, if you're doing both top down approach plus bottom up approach, you're doing both top down plus bottom up in the same process, that becomes sandwich. Please look at here. From inbox delete an email, it goes to trash. From trash restore the email, it goes to, am I doing top down and bottom up? That's what is called as sandwich approach. Look at here. Okay, from sent items delete an email, it goes to trash. From trash restore, am I doing both top down and bottom up? That's called as sandwich approach. I hope like you're clear with this now. What is sandwich approach? Right, please write down. Sandwich approach is equal to sandwich approach is equal to don't write down that in words, use the spell equal to, equal. Super duper students you are. Write down sandwich approach equals to top down approach plus bottom up approach. Top down approach plus bottom up approach. Did you get this now? Yes, and that's called as sandwich approach. Right. With this we got to know incremental integration testing. What about now non-incremental integration testing? Now look at that. What I do in non-incremental integration testing. In non-incremental integration testing, I'm not bothered to find out which is parent feature and which is child feature. I'm not bothered about that. Right? I don't know which is parent and which is child feature. All I will do is I will randomly pick up any two feature, test the data flow between them. Randomly pick up any two features, test the data flow between them. Randomly pick up any two features, test the data flow between them. Randomly pick up any two features and what? Test the data flow. I don't know which one is parent and child. So of course this is faster. Yes or no? Agreeable, not agreeable? You have to agree. You don't have any choice here. Huh? Okay, whatever it is, keep it to yourself. Now, please look at here. What I am trying to tell you is very simple. Non-incremental integration testing is something like this. Imagine I'll give a gun in her hand and the lots of people standing in front of her. What I'll tell her is, find out parent, its child, match and kill them. Okay? Right. Again find out parent, its child, match and kill them. Again find out parent, its child, match and kill them. Case 1. Case 2. Randomly pick up any two. Randomly pick up any two, kill them. Randomly pick up any two, kill them. Which is faster? That is what I'm doing here. I'm randomly picking up any two and testing the data flow. I know everybody is going to kill. And why matchmaking and killing? Yes or no? Right? Now, the advantage over incremental testing here is, this is faster. This is pretty fast. Because I'm not wasting time to identify parent and child feature. I'm not wasting time to find out what? Parent and child feature. But in case of incremental integration testing, I am spending time to find out which one is the parent feature and which one is ideally the child feature. Which means incremental integration testing is time consuming. Non-incremental is faster. Okay? Or you can say time saving. One and the same. Next, then what is the disadvantage of this? It is not organized at all. It's not organized. In comparison with incremental integration testing is organized. But this is not organized. Did you get the differences now? Let's write on the note. Write on note. Note. Incremental integration testing. Incremental integration testing. Incremental integration testing is time consuming, but then organized. It's time consuming but then organized. Next point. Non-incremental integration testing. Non-incremental integration testing is faster, but then not organized. It's faster, but then not organized. Did you get this, everybody, now? What is the major differences? Yes? Okay. Now see in interview how they will ask this question. If your testing is restricted at the field level, which means I'm testing the field, date field, username field, links, buttons. Understand this. Your testing is restricted at the field level, then that is called as integration, monkey testing, random testing, or it is called as functional testing. Your testing is restricted at the field level, that's called as functional testing. Is that clear now? Now see that they might ask like this also. Types of integration testing are Big Bang method, incremental, both A and B, none of the above. Both A and B. See now you're able to, which means your head has started working now after many years, which is not working at all. Earlier, how was your written test? On rubber, write down 1, 2, 3, 4 and say Jai Shri Ram. Throw. Whichever number comes, select. Now you started thinking, which means, yes, testing the data flow between two features is integration, system, functional, all the above. Integration, right? Integration testing, incremental integration testing is time saving. The above said is true, false, contradicting, or hypothetical question. They might ask like this also. You understand the concept well, answers, you need to apply your common sense. But the problem is that common sense only is not there with you. Because common sense is not common among students. They start applying, then definitely they tend to see a better, ideally what approach towards getting job. You will not do this. You'll ask your friend, what should I do? Right? Friend's suggestion, never take. Not only friend, never take other suggestion. Because their agenda is always to put you inside well. Yesterday I asked you this question, right? Do you have brain? Do you have? Yes. Do you want to listen to others? Or do you want to follow your mind? So whoever tells, what do you tell? Get lost, man. You are only not able to do one thing. You came here to give me suggestion. Everybody's experience is different. Do you like Amitabh Bachchan? No. Do you like? No. You? No. You? I like. Opinions are different. Yes or no? Agreeable or not? Okay, if I now ask, okay, do you like Surya? No. I like. You ask suggestion to that person who is not capable to give you suggestion. Yes or no? Agreeable? That's why I always tell, what you believe is only your experience. Your experience matters a lot. When you drive a car, your experience. When you fall down from a bicycle, your experience. When you learn, your experience, which you cannot express to others. When you don't learn, that's your experience. For example, I'm training two people. She's sleeping. Simply I'm telling. She's sleeping. She's awake, listening. Correct. Now, look at that. Her experience is different. Her experience is different. Now, third person will come. She'll ask, did you learn something? Huh? No, nothing. If you sleep in class, did you tell that I was sleeping to her? No. She'll go and ask, did you learn something? Yes. She'll come. Sit down. Like how you came first day. Jab, 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 jab. People understand one simple concept. Learn really well. Job automatically comes to you. Automatically it has to come. Right? As we noticed one of the girl today, where I introduced, okay, to you guys, 2012 batch, that's extreme case. I'm not talking about freshers case. If that girl can do it, 2012 batch, getting a job, why not you? It's her experience who was getting scared coming here, was standing here and speaking. Yes, she's shivering. Her experience. Agreeable or not? Right? Okay, so now your experience is what you're sitting there and you're watching. Do you know what she's feeling standing here? How difficult it is? Similarly, as a trainer, my experience, I know what it is. As a student, your experience, sleeping. Yes, everybody has got some stupid mind which never gets into sync with anyone. Even while marriages, they'll tell, wife and husband, we have to do matchmaking. I've seen cases matchmaking, they do divorce. Thank God. I never did matchmaking. I don't believe in astrology. I believe in God. Do you believe in God? God made astrologer or astrologer made God? God made astrologer. Who is a human being like us? He will scare you first. Then he will take your money. Yes or no? Agreeable or not? Now, when you're in problem, that time only you go to astrologer. When you're happy, will you go? When you're in problem, they will put you in more problem. You've got some dosha. Some there's a bad evil power on your head. If you want that to get away, 10,001. Our people do not understand. Because they follow others. Hey, you know what? I went to that astrologer, everything was super. You know what? You also go. Boss, it's not because of astrologer. You worked hard, you are better. Yes or no? Agreeable not? Want to agree, agree, others get lost. Okay, anyways, guys. Now, with us, we people have completed integration testing. We people completed, okay, functional testing, and